Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Um, you know what they always say, like the fifth time's a charm, right? I've tried to upload some videos this morning. It didn't work. I took that as a sign from God Universe that my content was not to be viewed. Um, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with what God Universe is showing me. Uh, my youngest had a dentist appointment this morning and ended up having a tooth extraction, which we weren't really planning on. And we just got home from buying him a whole bunch of soft food. Interestingly enough, he just came out and asked if he could have a hot dog. I'm like, no, you can't have a hot dog. That is off the menu for a while. And the mommy part of me is going, oh, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Because I haven't planned for anything because my youngest was home from school because I just didn't want, it was too much to go and send him for an hour and a half to pick him up at school. But I did email his teachers and say that yesterday or the day before and said he's going to not be in school. If you want him to have extra work to do at home, please send that home. I didn't get anything, so I think we're all good. I know the teacher self of me that when kids would ask for work to be done at home, quite frankly, I wasn't always playing that well in advance. I'm just going to be honest. I wasn't. And I was like, I would make something up. I remember in high school, we had this economics teacher. His name was Mr. Pease, George Pease. And if you were going to go on vacation, of course, you had to go around and you had to get a thing from all your teachers to say that it was okay to go on vacation. That's kind of confusing. It confuses me because if the family's going to Disney World and the teacher says no, so a trip you've planned for a year, you're not going to take? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, so you had to go around and have all your teachers assign something and get your assignments. So Mr. Pease, his assignment, his one and only assignment that he had because he taught economics, was that your assignment was to go to a McDonald's and get a cherry pie and count how many cherries were actually in the cherry pie and report back to him what you found. That's a very, very, very easy assignment, actually. And he kept track of all his students, what they came back with. And I believe, don't count me. I'm just going off, faint memory and memories of having a cherry pie. The answer was about 3. This was 1980, before downsizing and all. Well, they were still downsizing in the 80s. So yeah, that was the answer, was about 3. Sometimes there was none, sometimes there was 1, sometimes there was a lot, but there wasn't a lot of consistency and quality control in McDonald's cherry pies. So that was the assignment. Very interesting that I remember that. The other thing that is happened today is my Azure Standard order came in. I don't want to bore you with all the things that we got from Azure Standard. I will give you. I just won't do that. We got some blueberries and some arrowroot powder to go along with my cassava flour that I'm starting to bake with because I right now find that I do better gluten-free, and I have hopes of making some gluten-free something because a lot of the gluten-free things that I buy, like I bought gluten-free tortillas. They were made with cassava. I got them on Amazon. Of course, you had to buy a lot, and they are not very, they're not very good. They don't work well. They may end up becoming chicken food, quite frankly, which is sad considering how much you pay for this gluten-free stuff. So anyway, I ordered some arrowroot powder because there was one recipe I was looking at that you mix the cassava flour with arrowroot powder. I think I don't remember the ratio. I'll just have to look. I think it was tortillas actually. And so I got 5 pounds of that. I got some apples because I have the intent of canning some apples. I would really love to can the red hot cinnamon apples. My issue with that is that the youngest doesn't do well with red food coloring. So that is the challenge because these red hot cinnamon apples, they're made with the red hot candy. They're really good. There's lots of recipes on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on the internet, that you could find them. So I did do them once, and they're really quite awesome. And then find out that the youngest can't really have or should not have red food coloring. You know what? None of us should have red food coloring. It's amazing. It's amazing of what we in the United States still have in our food that they have made illegal in Europe. It's amazing. Truly amazing. Yet another reason that I'm glad Trump got into office, and I trust that he will put Kennedy in his staff, and I've heard some rumors also that there's some other person that is really into organic food that he has offered a job into the USDA. I'd have to look that up, but it was on my Azure Standard drop site. She published it, so I think that's great. I don't remember the guy's name, but I think that's great that Trump is doing his part to make America healthy again, with trying to give more nutrients into the soil to get away from chemical fertilizers. I'm really starting to sound like a foodie, even though I wasn't. But when I realized that they spray Roundup on wheat to get it to harvest all at the same time, it's crazy. That's crazy stuff. So I got some apples to can, about 20 pounds because they're not going to last long enough. And I got some kefir, some Nancy's kefir, and some Nancy's cottage cheese to get those probiotics that I need. Now, whether the rest of the family is going to indulge with me on this probiotic kind of tart cottage cheese, I don't know. Don't care. Because that's the food that I'm buying for me, and to get myself healthy from the inside out, with the intent that I can walk around without my cane. That's the intention. So that is what is happening today. No profound discussion, just things that are happening. I do notice that having a 6-year-old at home when I'm used to following my own laid-back routine kind of aggravates my symptoms a little bit. You know what? Getting angry affects my symptoms. Or having anger around me affects my symptoms. I don't really want to admit that, but that seems to be the way it is. It's kind of unfortunate that any type of conflict affects my ability to walk around the house. That's just the way it is. That, my friends, is MS. So you all have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow.